It does not feel like a Tuesday. It feels like a Sunday. It's so weird. This whole COVID past year, my wife, of course, has been home from work, working from home, and so sometimes it's really difficult to know what day it is, especially when you don't watch network television. And actually right now there's not a lot of sports going on that I'm interested in. I mean, yeah, March Madness is going on, and I used to be able to watch March Madness, but I can't watch it anymore. It's just I can't watch college sports at all. I myself played cross country. I played cross country, ran cross country in college, a Division III school, UC San Diego. No scholarships or anything there, but watching college football, college basketball, and knowing how these kids are getting exploited. And yeah, I had to say they're getting an education, but I know as an athlete, Division III even, I had to quit after my sophomore year because if I wanted to graduate, I just took up way too much time. So, anyways, long story short, good training day today. I have it start off here on the America's Card Room. I don't get anything from them, but I do play there. You can play with cash. Americans can play on it. I only put $25 on there. What's his name? Chris Moneymaker, who basically started the internet poker boom. He left Poker Stars, and now you can see he's now they're playing for them. I think it's because he wanted to spend more time with his family, not travel as much, and maybe he hasn't been that successful lately. But today, so what I did was I put $25 on the site, the minimum you can do, because poker's still kind of iffy, and decided to do the Chris Ferguson challenge where he went from zero to $10,000. I myself am not going to sit there playing free rolls; those are crazy. So I was put $25 in and see how I do. Just playing, and you use a bankroll. Like if you play a sit and go, you can only play 5% of your bankroll, and for tournaments you can only play what is it? 1%. And so right now I'm playing in a 7-card stud. Kind of wish I hadn't signed up for it because kind of want to go to sleep. There's only 29 of us left. Top 18 get paid, so I might get paid. Right now I'm unfortunately in 18th place. But I got 2 cashes this morning. After I worked out this morning, I cashed, then took a break, and then cashed again on 2 small little tournaments. So I started off with $25. I stupidly played some cash games and got my balance down to like a little under 20. So I really started at 20 or so, or $18, $19. Lost some money on some no limit tables. And so this afternoon I was up to $30. So I'm playing these 10-cent, 25-cent games just for something different to do while I'm working on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys all for subscribing and your comments and stuff. And I've been watching some of this. So sitting here, you can hear it clicking away because I'm just trying to finish this up. But I really kind of 9 o'clock at night kind of want to go to bed. So enough of that. If you don't use Swift, I highly recommend it. It's kind of cool that Swift doesn't charge runners. They charge the cyclists like $15 a month to use the app, but you don't have to the running. And I like it. I got a Garmin 345 or something like that that has a virtual run feature, and it's pretty good. And so like today I got on there and I was going to do like a 35-minute run walk, and I ended up doing the streets of London. Kind of cool. And then I decided to and then I joined this run around the world where you get to run with kind of people, and this was in Paris. And so I ended up doing about 2 miles in 30 minutes or so. Nothing spectacular. It's kind of neat though. I really like this, the Swift app. I highly recommend using it. Then I also use this app, the iFit app, which I really like. I bought a spin bike, a Proform bike, and I got a free year of this, and it's pretty cool. I like it just how it keeps track of all your workouts. So today I do a lot of my warm-up workouts. See this 8 minutes in the morning, that was before I headed out the door. Did an 8-minute workout, and then I did a kettlebell workout, so 8 minutes before I headed out the door. And then what I do when I'm playing poker, at 5 minutes to the hour, you get a 5-minute break. And so, you can go hit the bathroom, get something to eat. And so what I do, since my spin bike's right behind me, I hop on the spin bike and do a 4 or 5 minute ride, just kind of get the blood circulating. And it's kind of nice. So you can see here, like, that was in between a break, 4.447, somewhere, and then another one of my spin breaks. So just get the legs spinning. I really like doing spin class. Spin, get the heart rate going, but also just works on your cadence, which is always helpful. There was a Bronco Billy had a thing in Trail Runner magazine. He's a great 100-mile racer, and he was talking about how the spin bike he likes for the working on cadence and stuff and getting in some miles. This thing, I use this kettlebell thing, so I did an 8-minute warm-up this morning before I headed out for the miles, and I use this kettlebell wizard thing, and I really like it. It's cool, like it will show you how to do, say, like this, with this cool little graphic one, but it also has a video at the bottom. And so when you do it, and then every day you get a different kettlebell thing. I started kettlebelling because I listened to Joe Rogan's show, and he had Pavel on there, the Russian guy that basically brought kettlebelling to America, and really liked doing it. It's really helped me a lot. It was funny when he had Pavel on there. He goes, an ordinary mountain would use a 35-pound bell. So I bought a 35-pound bell, could barely carry it. So I started with a 10, and he has this simple sinister plan where you do 100 swings, 50 on each arm, one-handed swings, and if you can do it in under 5 minutes, you kind of pass the test. Plus, you're supposed to be able to do 10 Turkish get-ups. I don't do those because it might mess up my knee. So what I do is with swings, and when I can complete 100 of them in under 5, I bought a bigger bell. And so I went 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and now I'm at the 35. I haven't quite been able to do 35-pound bell and do 100 swings. Thing is pretty dang heavy. And it was difficult to get kettlebells this summer because obviously all of us were having our home gyms, which I've basically made my room now. I've got my spin, I got my treadmill, and of course I got a nice big backyard with pool and stuff like that. So that was the kettlebell workouts, and then of course the Strava. At the end of the day, I kind of count up all my poker miles, and I call them poker. So I did like 6 miles. Unfortunately, for some reason, it's weird. Like all these fitness apps, like iFit, it doesn't want to play nice with Strava sometimes, or the Fitbit won't upload here and there. And it's kind of a drag because I try and keep everything on my Strava. So I ended up doing on my spin, did 6 miles of spinning today. Oh, there's Andrew Glaze. He's a really good friend of mine, ultra runner. But yeah, here's my workouts actually. So let's get to the start of the day. Okay. So yeah, here was the spin KGB, 11 minutes, 50 seconds. Got my heart rate going. And that's what I did this morning before I headed off for my workout. And, I was even better today. Sorry there. The first spin KGB was at 6:14 this morning. And then I went out and did 5 miles, just walking the whole way. Just not really, today's an easy day. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays are my something SOS days, something of substance days. So today was just getting in the miles. And then, goody boy. Sorry, I'm in the middle of his hand. And then I did another spin KGB warm-up for my afternoon workout. And you can see the little things there. It's kind of nice. And then I like often in the afternoons, instead of going out and doing a workout in the afternoon, it's usually a lot more traffic and busy. And I work on my form when I run on the treadmill a lot better. So got on the treadmill, did a half-mile warm-up, just walking, and then jumped on. Let's see if that's good at pictures. Not just one. And then I jumped on. I joined this Run the World Paris group that was running at 6. And my goal was just to get another, time-wise, and I did another 20 minutes. So I got a total of 30 minutes just running. And that was pretty much my day on the Strava. And then, of course, the Fitbit, which I really like. Look at that. I usually try and get 20,000 steps a day. I guess I'll need to walk back and forth to the restroom so I could get that. Mileage is down today, but wasn't really too concerned. I was doing a lot of 10 miles a day, but not today. Sleep isn't great, but 5 hours is not bad. In fact, I think 5 hours is my goal at least. And it says here, sleep score this week, and I've got 525. But as I've talked about before, my sleep was so much better. Like look at this, 6 hours. But ever since daylight savings time, and also ever since I got the COVID shot, I got the Pfizer one 2 Fridays ago. So this Friday I get my second one, and Blanca gets her second one tomorrow. That's my wife. And it's interesting. I was talking to another friend of mine, Tim, and it's kind of like, obviously, the mRNA is producing antibodies or it's producing proteins to ward off. And you can tell, like, you feel like you're coming down with something, because generally when you do catch a flu or something, your body's immune system kind of makes you feel funny. And we basically both have felt really funny. So I think what really is happening is, you're just getting, so everybody says, oh, when you get the second shot, you feel really bad. And it's like, no, it's really actually the effects of the first shot in your body finally getting taken care of it. In fact, you can hear the poker quit doing it because it is the top of the hour, 8:55. So hopefully I'll cash in this, but I really want to go to sleep. So that was my sleep. And then, of course, the Fitbit, I actually thought I was running today for 23 minutes, which is nice. It's pretty accurate. It's kind of fun to just look at that. So, it had me an hour and a half walk in the morning. And then when I first got on a treadmill, I did 20 minutes, 19 minutes walking, all that kind of stuff. And then another thing I'm doing, because my friend Tim, who's got that boot camp, he's talking about try to drink half your weight in water. I do drink, like I said, Diet Dr. Peppers and Diet Pepsis, and it's hard to find them. In fact, one of the things that happened with COVID is you can't find Diet Dr. Pepper anymore, and it's because you have Pepsi and you have Coke. And then Dr. Pepper kind of is an independent, and sometimes they're distributed by Pepsi, sometimes they're by Coke. And you know what? You go to Smart and Final or other places, it's really hard to find Diet Dr. Peppers. So I've been doing the old Diet Pepsis, and I know, I'm supposed to drink the damn things. So because of him, I've been now trying to drink more water. Just started, obviously, today because the Fitbit yesterday, that is. So my goal is 96 ounces, and yesterday, his goal is supposed to be half your weight. You're supposed to drink half your weight in water, which I'm at 260. I have to drink 130 ounces, quite a bit, and considering I do drink, the other drinks. So I thought, 96, and so today's 64, but I've got my bottle here, and I'm going to fill it up, and the day isn't ever. I really like how it makes it simple. You got here, you just click on in fact, I'll do that right now. You click on that, and it just adds it on for, that's a large bottle and a small bottle. So I'm going to go fill it. You can hear it. I got this Arctic Cooler ice. We got an ice maker in the house, a little portable one. It's really nice to use. So that is my day, the training day. And as always, stay healthy, be boring, not epic. I knew I forgot something, so on the break, filled up the water jug. And it was because I wanted to go over the comments. Thank you guys all for watching the videos and hitting the subscribe button. I just wanted to kind of do a shout out to some of the people who did take the time to leave comments. Really appreciate it. One was from the podcast I did, video I did the other day, yesterday, I think, the Being Boring Challenge, about how I want you to try and go out and do something for at least 40 minutes every day at the same time of day, because that's what you need to do, build a routine. Not be motivated, just get a routine going. God, I can't speak this day. And Mike here said, great idea. My Being Boring Challenge in early November. And his was to go do half marathons and do a half marathon every Sunday for 26 weeks. And it looks like he got it. He says, completed my 20th on the bounce yesterday and got a PB in the bargain. Boring but stimulating at the same time. The only thing that will stop me is bad health or a hurricane. Scrub the hurricane, just bad health. All the best from sunny Wales. I didn't know they got hurricanes in Wales. So that sounds pretty good. Glad he wrote that. Then, of course, the Barkley Marathons. I really appreciate. A lot of people said thank you for the updates. And, I started doing that years and years ago because I like following, all kinds of races, Western States, Badwater, Tahoe, which a lot of those I've actually crewed at and paced. In fact, it's kind of funny when you're at, Western States and Badwater, you usually don't know what's going on because the internet's so terrible. But I used to just I'm like, well, I'm following this anyways, and so might as well just retweet it or post it on Facebook. And of course, now that I'm doing these videos, I'm like, well, I'll just go on and curate the best stuff and kind of put it out there, because I used to send it to have text threads and send it to my friends. So now I'm doing that. And this other guy responded to my shoes, rotate your shoes to stay healthy. And I've been doing that for years. I wear one pair in the morning, wear a different pair in the evening, wear a different pair on the treadmill, just to mix it up and stay healthy. Camille Herron in that Outside magazine talking about high mileage. She does the same thing. And you really should have different shoes for different activities. And like when I was coaching high school, I used to coach Bakersfield High, cross country and track. And one of the things that we understand the kids had to do sometimes is you really don't want to walk around in your trainers, your running shoes. Wear something, get another shoe, because just walk around, stand in them, you do wear them out. So try and save them for the actual running. In fact, oftentimes if you have a one-legged injury, especially young people, when they're like their left knee's only bothering them or the right ankle, a lot of times it's the shoes. So before you hit the doctor's office, check the shoes. And even like sometimes the parents will go, well, the shoes look fine. I go, well, they may look good, but they've just gotten too worn out. Now, someone who does wear out, he wears shoes for thousands of miles. The Jester will wear a pair of Ultras for over 1,000 miles or more, and he's just kind of crazy. In fact, he because the Ultras have such big toe boxes, he actually has a one race where he wore 2 left shoes or 2 right shoes. It's pretty entertaining. But this Thomas here, Fleming, said, I'm enjoying the videos. I use eBay as well to purchase shoes. Often I get shoes that were display models and practically new at a reduced price. I don't like the idea of paying a lot of money for shoes that I am, let's see here, going to get dirty and sweaty. Well, yeah, me, I just, I do 300-400 miles a month. I used to do 400 or 500. So I'm just going through a lot of shoes. And yeah, I think a lot of the shoes I buy are like demo models and stuff like that. And the great thing is most people on eBay, they take tons of photos and you can really see what you're going to get before you buy them. I mean, like I said in the video, I've been getting some really nice shoes for like $30, $40. So really appreciate getting those. I myself was an eBay power seller when I had my record store, and so I know the whole business, and I really like to help support those people trying to make it on eBay. And then ended up, the last one was on the Take Being Boring. We had a guy, Jeff, and he says, why did you change the name of the podcast from the Andy Noise Experience? Well, if you're ever at, change is good, and if you're ever at a loop course race, definitely be a good conversation to talk about. So someday I may do something on it, but right now I like the whole, I got the whole thing with you hear that, Mr. Anderson. And so I hope you guys are all enjoying that, and please subscribe, and you guys all stay healthy, be boring, not epic. Clock Tower used to be in downtown Bakersfield, but after the earthquake, they moved it. We had a big earthquake here in the 50s. Floyd's General Store, it's been around for long time. It's amazing. They rebuilt it, of course, the ever-present gardeners. Clock Tower used to be in downtown Bakersfield, but after the earthquake, they moved it. We had a big earthquake here in the 50s. Floyd's General Store, it's been around for long time. It's amazing. They rebuilt it, of course, the ever-present gardeners. But there's a Pioneer Village and a Kern County Museum. They've got a lot of buildings from like the 1870s, 1880s in there. Have a big Halloween thing there. So it's kind of a cool little place. Bakersfield Marathon one year, we turned in and ran in there. It's an area where I would love to put on a multi-day race, like a 6-day race, because you've got all these buildings from that era when 1870s, 1880s, when 6-day racing was really huge and the prize money was, $20,000, $30,000. And it would be really fun to have a race. It's got beautiful paved loop in there. Good friend of mine, Lori Ware, who we came up in the Bakersfield music scene long ago. She used to be like in charge of the place, but she's now a ranger. So who knows if I'll ever be able to get that. I'm sure they would probably shoot my idea down. And then way out in the distance is Sam Lynn Ballpark.